Hello, DW Randomizer, and welcome to the final day of Week 2 action in the group stage of the 2024 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League. Today we have a fantastic matchup featuring VaeluV, Archfield Monk, Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, and BobPineappleMD, each of them vying for that big 5-point win and securing a little more points heading into the Week 3 action. Hi everybody, I'm DK9146. Alongside me in the booth today, we're going to have Sonny Wrath11. Sonny, how are you doing today?
I am doing well, DK, and this is a race I was looking forward to, as all four of these runners are excellent to watch, excellent players, great members of the community. I don't know if I can give them as many props as they deserve.
No, they are. They're fantastic runners. Everybody's been around for quite a while. Destiny a little newer, but really established himself since he's coming on the scene here as a very strong competitor, having picked up second last week. As we see the points on there, Bob had a little issue in week 1, and maybe not quite as bad as yours truly, but got that 1 point, but had a much better showing than the point shows up. So this should be really tight all the way throughout.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to this race. I've watched Destiny, Archfield, and Bob go, and it looks like our runners are off.
Here we go. 6 strength start, no spells. Let's see what kind of junk the King's dumping on them today.
You got any guess for how much gold?
Re-roll, immediate fairy flute and gold. Do we have keys? Do we have keys? We have keys.
Okay, we at least have keys. That makes up for the fairy flute start.
Yeah, flute, with chaos this week, flute typically not coming into play, although we did see it be useful in one of our prior races, but an immediate town.
Ooh, the town of Cole at that.
Oh, VaeluV not protecting the gold, going immediately to the spot. No treasure guard, though. Searches and is rewarded with the harp.
Very nice find from VaeluV.
Yeah, so everybody's going to get their nice free harp here. Bob Stream a little behind. We'll see how that's going here in a moment. But yeah, not much for the taking here. A hand axe and a leather armor.
And a small shield for 208 as well, so at least a little bit of defense on the board.
And there we go. Let's see if we can find... Oh, we have another town to the east here for Destiny. I was going to say, we'll see if we can find something that we can take on and kill here.
The wet noodle would be nice to find.
Yeah, and with the way these flags work, we could have up to 3 different noodles in the different zones. There can be one in Zone 0, a different one in Zone 1, and a different one in Zone 2. It all depends on what rolls in those zones.
Looks like Archfield is going to pick up quite a few torches just to be prepared.
Oh, here we go. Breckenary with the goods here. Cheap flame sword, 186. Cheap half plate at 2 gold. You can't pass that deal up.
You really can't. That's a steal on a half plate.
Well, here we go. Now we're going to start seeing some action from these runners just trying to take anything down. The noodle, as we've been referring to, is an enemy that has low strength, low HP, is guaranteed to only have 5. And then, we should theoretically, especially with this turnout, be able to fight and kill it. But, it's all about finding it first.
And that can be the hard part. Looks like this wyvern is not doing too terribly much damage, and Archfield does get it down, gets 11 EXP, 129 gold, and does get some levels. 20 strength, 1 speed, 4 HP, 22 MP, hurt, sleep, and heal more.
Well, there we go. We had the very fast experience going this week, so he gets 2 levels out of that guy, and yeah, he's going to be hitting things a lot harder now.
Always nice to see.
And Destiny, not far behind, actually got 3 levels off of whatever he killed. I did miss the enemy, but is on the board here. VaeluV going to try harp strats, gets a wyvern.
Hey, sometimes you got to do it. And it looks like Archfield was able to get to level 5 with a 52 EXP Wolf Lord, I believe.
All right, so we got some things happening here. Two of our runners out of that initial level 1 jail. VaeluV resetting.
Oh, wow. 44 HP on Archfield side going up to level 7.
Well, game being very free with the XP here, or the HP here, as we find a free key at the top of grave and a possible treasure guard here with this Star Wyvern.
11, 6, 12, 25 between levels 8 and 9 for Archfield. HP and MP aren't looking too terribly bad right now.
Yeah, agreed. Destiny, meanwhile, struggling with this Star Wyvern. It has low HP because it heal moored after 9 damage. However, he never tried to sleep it, surprisingly. Could fall asleep pretty quickly if you give that spell a try.
Looks like Bob decided to make an attempt against an Axe Knight. Unfortunately, it did not pan out too terribly well.
Yeah, I think with the way his stream's lagging, we're going to most likely experience him showing further behind than he actually is. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that as the race progresses here.
This 336 XP Blue Dragon showing up as often as it is really, really nice here for Archfield. And hurt more at level 11 is really nice to see.
Absolutely, yeah. Archfield just up here cranking off some experience here and is building up a quick lead here as far as the experience goes. Obviously, we still got to go out and find things. Destiny here finding Garenham.
Garenham's definitely a nice find. Especially with a 123 gold silver shield.
Yeah, you're not going to pass that up, and the typical all the good stuff rolls low trend continues with random weapon prices.
That's the nice part about the random weapon prices.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, after the reset, VaeluV does go pick up some Mickey Mouse equipment up there. Has not gone east to see Breckenary, which has a ton better, but does take down a 52 experience enemy as finally on the board.
And just like that, up to level 4.
Yeah, so even though Archfield does look to have a decent experience lead here, absolutely not a big deal as of yet. If we find some good enemies that give a ton of experience, any one of these runners can catch up relatively quickly as we're getting another level for Archfield.
I mean, that Blue Dragon being worth 336 is huge, and Radiant at 12. Speaking of a Blue Dragon, there is one for VaeluV.
Yeah, nearly doubling his experience now. He's definitely off to the races and has that knowledge. Bob's going to pick up his free key here, and that almost confirms that that's a treasure guard because he got the same Star Wyvern encounter on that middle chest. We'll see if he can take it down. He's pretty low on resources, though.
Now, Archfield, on the other hand, should be able to take it down, and does. So we'll find out what this chest has, and it's Erdrick's sword.
Yeah, nice find there. A ton more offense to go with that hurt more, because while you can hurt more enemies, I think it's a very good idea to try and swing through them just to see who you can take down in one. That ghost packs a punch. Holy cow, 64 damage.
Yeah, that ghost had a bit of gas to it.
And Bob checks the treasury, finds a green dragon in there that takes him out, but that is yet another one of our key items in the treasury on one of those chests.
So, DK, which key item do you think it's going to be?
I mean, it's going to be stones or token. The game's not going to be nice enough to let us have the armor that easily accessible, I don't think. But you never know. Bob is still struggling to get out of the gates as far as experience goes, so is going to go ahead and look away. We'll see a better look here in a moment from Archfield, though, who's keying up, and we'll see that green dragon momentarily in a much better position.
I am hoping you're right that it is not the armor.
And the green dragon's like, nope, I'm out of here. It is the token.
Good old Edric's tease.
Yeah, Archfield at level 12. Evidently, green dragons are not a fan of how much strength Archfield has. And I mean, look at those stats. Outside agility, legging hard, we're almost go and try to kill the Dragon Lord mode here. So he's definitely going to be on the move for exploration and trying to find his items.
I mean, the early grind that Archfield did definitely has a huge payoff to it.
Agreed. And yeah, question in chat. Destiny absolutely did pick up a key in the top of grave, and I have not seen him do anything with it yet. He has been very low on gold and maybe just trying to wait and till he finds some gold to be able to buy more.
So it turns out that Jerk Cave is just off to the east of Garenham.
All right, so some of the pieces starting to come together here. VaeluV topping off on some herbs here in Garenham. Bob did get his enemy killed to finally get his seed rolling a little bit better here. And then Archfield still with that nice commanding experience lead here and some decent knowledge.
Unfortunately, Goldman not being all that great this time around. 35 XP, 52 gold.
So here we go, double key locked chest, and Rem has a torch.
At least it's in Rimuldar, so instant key replenishment.
Yeah, absolutely. If he needs keys, he knows where he can go get them here. Destiny back into grave. We'll probably pick up the second key here. And round 2 on the Star Wyvern.
I appreciate the attempt of sleep on the Star Wyvern, but does take it down with 1 attack, and now has Erdrick's sword.
Yeah, very nice. Kind of surprised he didn't pick up that key unless he did ultimately top him off. But I have not seen him check anything else. It's a little strange.
Looks like Droll Magi are not worth it today, as they were only 5 XP and 146 GP.
Yeah, it's always fun to see what happens here. Bob, meanwhile, does also hit grave and picks up his big stick. So equal offense for 3 of our runners until VaeluV comes across that cave.
But once VaeluV does come across it, that will be a really good sword for VaeluV. Some might call it the best in the game.
Absolutely, but he is definitely going a different direction here. Meanwhile, Destiny is going to key up a little bit here. Not going to be able to max out, but we'll have enough to go check this treasury. Should have 0 issue with this green dragon, even if it does hang around, based on what we've seen so far from it.
Yeah, considering it ran away from Archfield, we'll see if it sticks around here for Destiny.
Well, he is a little tanky there, but it did run. Yeah, only did a damage roll of 4, and no, that is not real. Destiny was standing inside the NPC because the NPC is actually glitched because of that fight and was actually 1 tile to the left instead. It's pretty funny. VaeluV finding the freebie cave up here in the swamp. I did miss the pickup there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I missed the pickup as well.
Well, good thing that green dragon's running, because without Hurtmore, 85 HP doing damage rolls of 4 is no bueno, and we have South Swamp for Destiny.
But that 14 of 16 resist to hurt might make it a little difficult to kill.
All right, and word from chat, because they're better than us. Stone's Cave had our death necklace. We'll see if that comes into play at all. Our HP is definitely nearing that range as we see on Archfield's side.
Thank you, Sinister Sama and Aaron, one of our fantastic trackers.
Yeah, Ghost, no joke, dealt 101 damage up there. And that should be an interesting enemy if we do have to face more of those coming down the line, as we see Sherlock over here on VaeluV side.
as well as the town right behind Sherlock, which is always nice to see. And it's the great shopping mall.
Absolutely. We got Caitlin. He's going to do some shopping here. There's that silver shield that that we know and love for 123, but he's upgrading the armor, the leather armor, to the chainmail. I like it.
Not grabbing the silver shield just yet.
Yeah, he already got it out of one of the other towns, but for our runners that haven't gotten it, if they have omitted seeing that, I'm sure they'll see it in that town at that point.
You're right. I completely forgot that VaeluV already had it.
Speaking of that ghost, he is our spike tile inside of the swamp cave here, and Destiny trying to sleep, no go, gets bopped for 101 and is going back home.
That damage coming out from the ghost, that hurts to see.
Yeah, Ghost is definitely the most formidable enemy we've ran across as of yet. Meanwhile, exploration into the back of Garanham here going for Archfield. Picks up his chest. We'll see what the cave is in the basement in a moment. And we have Mountain Cave. So 5 more chest checks here for Archfield Monk. We'll see if Mountain has our answer for armor or stones.
If it has stones, then all that needs to be found is the Harp Cave in order to get that beloved rainbow drop. But unfortunately, Archfield ends up getting bounced out of there, and we'll have to make the trek back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that wizard was not messing around at all, and he got knocked into the danger zone with a punch more and got bopped with the hurt more. So Destiny now the next runner into here, and we'll see how his time in the back of the mountain here goes.
And we do have a level up over on Archfield's side. Looks like no agility on the level.
Yeah, the agility stat is kind of humorous at this point. It's just lagging so far. To be fair, he is only level 13, but still, this is rather poor right now. As I put the wrong emote in there because I can't click and talk at the same time.
Hey, I understand the problems of multitasking. Sometimes it's hard to do.
Heck yeah, and Destiny finding out about this wizard as well, and we'll see if he's more successful in getting away from it.
Tried to throw out a stop spell, gonna throw out sleep. It does connect and is able to get away from the wizard.
Oh, yeah, interesting, because he definitely tried sleep. Oh my gosh, another wizard right away, and it didn't connect, but now he's hit the last 2, and maybe going to get downstairs, and there we go.
And now for the real question, what will be found here in Mountain?
I think we're going to get our add-on package. I'm feeling a Fighter's Ring Dragon Scale combo coming up.
That's something, personally, I wouldn't complain about.
It's better than triple curse belt outside of knowledge with what those belts bring. But fairy water and another key.
Nothing wrong with a free key. Always nice to see.
Meanwhile, VaeluV does come across the grave, finally on the board with some keys. Is able to successfully pick up his sword as well.
And it looks like Archfield is heading towards that final chest. Well, hey, there's your scale.
Oh, yeah, 1 out of 2 isn't a bad call.
I'd take that as a win.
Yeah, especially with how poor this agility is. Two defenses, not nothing, I guess. But Destiny gonna most likely be successfully picking up his scale, and there he goes. And I'm still trying to figure out where Bob's at. He's looking some stats here. Oh, he in Mountain as well.
Yeah, it looks like he is in Mountain.
The Scorpions are pretty nice. 192 there. They do pack a punch, but he's getting some experience off of them.
He has at least made it to level 10, so there are benefits in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, because of the leg, it's very possible Bob is a few minutes behind on our stream. So we definitely do want to keep that in mind as he progresses forward because of the stuttering. Sometimes bad internet can cause streams to lag enough to where all of a sudden somebody wins and you're like, how the heck?
I've seen it happen a few times.
So Bob should have no issue completing out his mountain cave checks and finding out about the scale at the end. As Archfield is progressing northwest, I think this was the Stones Cave, so we'll be picking up a death necklace if he hasn't already.
You are right.
VaeluV sees Swamp South, starts to walk, is like, that's a silly place, and walks back out. And now walks back in.
I don't want to go through the swamp. That's all I could hear on Destiny's side as Destiny goes into Freebie Cave and picks up that death necklace.
Nice. VaeluV exiting, going back in to check the treasury as he hadn't done that yet. He also has the green dragon run away from him, so no issue getting his token.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, DK, but all that's missing now is the Harp Trade-In Cave, right?
Have we seen Tablet Cave yet?
I thought I was forgetting about Tablet Cave, so that's why I was asking to make sure.
Yeah, I think we have Tablet, we have the exchange, and dwindling armor options.
And we haven't found Hawks. I knew I was forgetting to account for a town in there. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We have the bottom of Graves still outstanding if armor comes up short in any of those other locations. But yeah, as the runners haven't seen Hawks especially, I think that's a priority location, taking on hopefully an enemy you can kill. But here's some chord checks from Archfield Monk. We'll see, do we have anything? Small map, my butt, 85 to the north, 9 to the east. They are on the opposite side of the world from Tantagel.
Those are some coordinates.
Yeah, that's nearing about the maximum distance you can possibly go. So that clearly tells the runners they're at the very bottom of the world where they started. All right, the more important part of this race, are any of the runners going to do a radish check here?
I really hope Archfield delivers on the radish check.
I always encourage others to do it. I never do it myself. So the exploration continues here for Archfield outside of Cantlin. Meanwhile, Destiny working to get his coordinates. VaeluV cleaning up Mountain Cave, going to get the disappointment. And Bob out on the overworld as well, looking around for things.
Now, here's the question I have for you, DK. How many people do you think are going to grab Gwaylin and get Gwaylin's love for these coordinates?
I think that truly depends on just how difficult the map is. We already know it's a very hard-hitting ghost. Have not seen if it goes down to 1 hurt more yet or not, though. Yeah, that could absolutely be the wild card, though, if it's a difficult count and one of our runners is, you know, successful at getting through. We know it's something we need at this point because we've already seen the flute, which we started with. We've already seen the death necklace in the Stones Cave. So we know it's either the stones or it's the armor.
Making a quick trip back to Rumbledar and using the wings.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bob gets the news about the coordinates. I did see him stepping through the tiles. At least I'm assuming he got the numbers.
He did get the numbers for the coordinates, so Bob has that knowledge in tow. And it looks like we are getting another nice little grind here from Archfield. Probably trying to get that agility up in order to be able to make the attempt.
Yeah, and a lot of times going for chords will lead you to other things that you haven't found yet. So maybe thinking he could do a 2-for-1, find Hawksness on his way out there as well. Or has decided that the chords are a little rough and let's just get some experience and hope to be able to take on this Ghost as we're getting level 14 here.
You want to call the stats?
Yeah, oh, there's some agility, 214. I think it was 3 HP, no MP. But still, we're up to 56 agility here, folks. That thing's still white as white can be.
Yeah, this agility is really lagging behind now.
Yeah, Silver Shield, very vital at this point. So we'll see if Archfield is successful at taking on his Ghost here in a moment when he goes down. It looks like that's the path he's going for because Swamp South is in the basement.
Bob does take out the Ghost with the use of Hurt More.
And I missed what the Ghost gave, but he did get a level up off of it.
Just over 100 EXP. I believe it was 108.
That's not bad. Not something we definitely want to take on with any regularity unless we get to go first and it lets us hurt more every time. Then that could be a solid grind if the runners do need to go on. Yeah, single hurt more there for Destiny as well. So he is going to go pick up his princess. Or not.
All right, VaeluV instantly gets the win because VaeluV checked the Radish vendor.
There we go. There we go. It's our new validation of a seed. Used to be the Sparko Bridges. Now it's Radish checks. Meanwhile, Destiny was going to pick up the princess, realized, hey, I'm down here with an enemy that's repeatable, that gives over 100 experience, and I have a ton of resources on me. Let's give it a go. As long as he goes first, it's not too bad, but does take a 97 damage swing there.
I mean, at 108 EXP a pop and not having to wait for a random encounter to show up, I'd say this is well worth it.
Yeah, and that low agility really rearing its ugly head. He's gotten ambushed on the last 2 swings, but going to go ahead and pick up level 12 here. I'll assume we'll see him stick that out until he's low on resources and save enough for an outside.
Archfield does pick up Gwaelin and will be returning her to the castle for the coordinate count.
Yeah, very nice. So here we go. Archfield going to start progressing towards where this 85 North 9 East coordinate count takes us, hoping to come across Hawksness along the way, as it's high likelihood if the armor is in the overworld that those 2 spots will shore up both needed items.
I appreciate the "but thou must" emote.
Oh yeah, all my emotes are janky and I love them all. So here we go. Destiny's still just grinding away. Getting low, he should be able to take out 1, maybe 2 more depending on ambushes. And then get the heck out of this place with his princess.
I mean, if all goes well, we could see as many as 4.
Oh, he's not even worried about the princess right now. He's just going to continue with the grind. He's just taking a quick death warp. Which seems weird if you're going to death warp there. Go ahead and hurt more that last one, get the level, and then take the death.
Not a bad play. Allows for a full refill on HP and MP, and at 105 MP, that's always really nice.
Yeah, for sure. And here we go. We got a chords check from Archfield here. He's getting close. He's 79 north and needs to go 9 to the east, so you need to move 6 and 9.
Does stumble across a Wraith Knight, which is very much not worth it. Oh, that's the find of the Stones of Sunlight.
Well then, so here we go. Archfield down to 4 checks left in the overworld. He's got the bottom 2 engrave. He's got Hawksness, and he's got a tablet, 2 of the locations which we've not been able to find yet. So should be interesting. I think you have to prioritize that minimum Hawksness, but with short Sherlock, I think after that and knowledge of anything else, I would check those 6 chests in Sherlock next, as well as we can get the rainbow, that is.
You know, I have to agree with you on that. And at the same time, the nice part about Hawks is that extra tile that's there could very well be worth it.
For sure. And question in chat, is it possible or reasonable to take on the Dragon Lord with that armor? It's not reasonable. Is it possible? Yes, it would require a lot of other things to be in place, such as really high HP, since you will be taking DL2 breaths up to 72 damage instead of a max 48. You want to have that in mind and hopefully be at least 145 HP to be able to take 2 full. But additionally, for a Chaos Dragon Lord, we would probably want one that's heavy on sleep, and with a stop spell, those would be free turns to offset it in low HP. It would be extremely situational, and I would assume, at least in this setup, no one would go that route.
At that point, you'd be on a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, it's humorous, and again, it is possible, but yeah, definitely very extremely rare situational, I would say.
All right, VaeluV deciding to leave Swamp now has Gwaelin in hand.
Yeah, Destiny as well. He's carrying her around, though.
It's the World Tour with Gwaelin.
Yeah, I guess he came out the other side, just hoping to maybe come across one of those missing locations here. Again, Destiny just not finding that good blue dragon or any other real good enemies, period, on the overworld here. Nearly half his experience has come off a ghost at this point.
All right, looks like we're going to get some more exploration from Archfield here. Hopefully something new will be shown.
Yeah, getting into parts of the maps most likely that we have not seen as of yet, but we'll see if he can locate these last missing areas here. Meanwhile, VaeluV does turn in his princess, so has the GPS in hand for when he makes it all the way to the top of the world to look for his stones. And here's a town on Archfield's side.
And a cave.
Yeah, these are definitely things you want to see, so he's getting major amounts of encounters here, but going to check the cave first, and we do have our Staff of Rain pickup.
And there it is, Staff of Rain for Archfield. Just has to go turn in the homework over to the Jerk, and we'll have that rainbow drop.
Absolutely. We'll get a check over here. I think at this point we are guaranteed this to be Hawks. I think we've seen all the other towns, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe we have, and we definitely have.
So yeah, this will be the final overworld check, at least in the interim for Archfield. If he picks up his armor, great. If not, I assume we will see a rainbow pickup, as we do have a werewolf on the spike here. Hurt more, nothing. Werewolf runs away. Our guards are garbage, and we do have armor and Hawksness.
Well, that's all that was needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I doubt that anybody's going to bypass that. That's so close to where the Staff of Rain cave is that we're going to have no issue getting both of those pieces of the homework done simultaneously there, and then wrapping it up. So it looks like it was pretty far out there, as VaeluV is doing a quick check, realizing he is nowhere near where he needs to be for the chords and would have to go a different route.
The only downside with it being as far away as it is we still haven't seen Return show up on the spell list.
Yeah, I was noting that as well on the back of my mind, as Bob finds the tablet somewhere. Unfortunately, the stream freezes right before it tells us what he found down there. Oh, wait, torch.
Just another fire source.
Yeah, the best case Bob could have been looking at there would have been Fighter's Ring. +2 to attack is never going to be frowned upon. But yeah, torch. We have permanent torch on. Torches won't do enough damage to help us in any scenarios. Just go ahead and dump that on the ground.
I mean, the nice part about that +2 attack power is it's 1 extra on the range for DL2.
So this will be interesting. We're looking pretty decent from Archfield's side. It's all about survivability, how Dragon Lord 1, Dragon Lord 2 treat us as they are chaos, and what our spike tile is prior to getting there. But additionally, with the defense still only being at 78, even with the silver shield at level 14, we might not necessarily be repelling a ton of the possible enemies here in Sherlock.
I was thinking about that as well, had that in the back of my mind, as defense being as low as it is, as well as the agility. It's one of those situations that anything could happen.
Absolutely, but I think as a runner here, you have to go make this attempt. It is certainly winnable with the right combination of things here. So we're going to see. No, we're not. Oh, he's going to top off here behind first.
Yep, at the Great Shopping Mall. I was going to say, could potentially pick up some Fairy Waters, but at the same time, it really wouldn't do much with that 78 defense.
Yeah, I think honestly at this point you pick up the Fairy Waters to maintain repel without magic, just to ensure that you can get around the entirety of the bottom, because in Chaos Flag set especially, you want to be repelling as much as possible, just in case Archfield remembers no return, does pick up a set of wings. That's what I was watching for.
I'm glad we were both thinking the exact same thing on that.
Yeah, Walk of Shames can and will happen occasionally, and it's kind of humorous. But Archfield at least setting himself up for success. VaeluV getting some more checks in here on the Princess is going to find out he's very close to where it's located, as is Destiny, who's just slightly north of where he needs to be. So we're going to get simultaneous stone pickups here on the left side of the screen. Meanwhile, Bob picks up the armor. If he hasn't already, should be doing that cave exchange here in a moment, and it looks like that's where he's headed right now, and will be the next runner in place to be able to go get that rainbow, but a level behind the top runners at least.
And Archfield has entered Sherlock. Gets greeted by a werewolf followed by a scorpion. 192 on that scorpion as well. That's really nice to see.
No, absolutely. Scorpion came to play. He's the second best thing we've seen. The werewolf has been fairly scary, or scared of us, I should say, and running frequently. And obviously, yeah, just did 2 damage there. So I like this play by Archfield. Swing through these scorpions. 100%. You're setting yourself up for that next level. If things do go south, it doesn't seem to be scary. Demon Knights, not much knowledge on them yet. Moderate hit there. It looks like maybe they have some decent agility, though. We're 0 for 2 from running.
And only 366 EXP away from level.
Yeah, and he tried to swing through it, did 9 total damage, realized it's most likely very high agility, opts to try and throw a sleep out, and was successful.
If one more scorpion pops up, as I say it, that'll be level 15 for Archfield.
And there we go. Yeah, we got one whole more. There's the agility. We found it. 23, 12. Would love to have that 11 MP in play right now, but honestly, where he's at, I don't blame him for continuing on.
And the spell of outside showing up, so return looks like it'll be a little farther down the list. And a Wraith here on the tile with a lot of HP by the looks of it.
Yeah, just a little over 100, probably about 110, 120, somewhere in that neighborhood. But we were doing enough damage to out-damage that heal spell there, so that worked out well. Didn't have to waste any resources. And at 38 minutes, or just shy, we have Archfield being called a fool, hopefully. And we'll see how Dragon Lord treats us.
And here we go, DL1, 46 on the first swing, and has DL2 breath. So, gonna double up on the DL2 breath.
Okay, so around 100-ish HP on that guy, was able to get through and does get an opening 17. Here we go, folks. Will our Dragon Lord 2, will he have sleep? Will he have a heal on the back end? He is going to throw out a stop spell and is successful.
And that is one of the many things I appreciate about the Chaos Weeks is you can easily be rewarded by throwing out that stop spell.
Yeah, and I think the nice thing here about that agility pickup he got was he took himself out of those higher physical damage range rolls. So now he's only got to worry about 48s or less and is free to swing otherwise.
And with a damage range of 9 to 19, it's very likely to get double-digit hits.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We're in a really nice spot right now. So let's see what happens here. Maybe Archfield didn't pick up a silver shield. He just got hit for 49, which is not possible with 89 defense.
Yeah, I don't think Archfield does have the silver shield.
Does get a double here though. You know, he's marching on. Let's see what happens. Dragon Lord 2 can have anywhere from 100 HP to 230.
Down to 3 more heal mores in the tank. And I will admit, I've lost count as to how much damage has been dealt.
See, you should. Oh, there's a 51 from Dragon. So he probably doesn't have a scale on either. I don't know. But anywho, you can't lose count if you never start counting in the first place. That's my motto.
This is true.
Well, here we go. We're out of heals. Likely to get a closing triple. And is definitely going to get at least a closing triple here. And is successful. Get some GGs out in chat. Archfield Monk successfully takes down the Dragon Lord. Going to take first place here in this race and pick up another giant 5 points, putting him with 2 victories over 2 weeks.
It's a big 5 points coming in for Archfield.
And look, don't look now, but Bob on the bottom right. Not sure what, maybe he was trying to find a fighter's ring down here, but Bob level 13 still, but is into Sherlock.
Considering how much experience that Scorpion is worth, I could see Bob sitting down here for a while, fighting the Scorpions and amassing a lot of EXP.
Evidently, this Magidraki has a ton of HP. He should be able to repel it, but obviously Bob with no repel in play right now because he has encountered it.
And worth a whole 7 EXP.
that was a commitment. Hopefully Bob swings on this guy and sees the good news here. Meanwhile, up on the top left, VaeluV just needs to get his rainbow. Looks like he's trying to figure out where he's at. Destiny, you have not caught if he picked up the rest of his equipment yet or not.
I've not caught that either.
Well, clearly he hasn't. He's going to go diving grave, hoping for armor down here, which means he hasn't come across the Staff of Rain cave because that is just next door to Hawksness. So he's going to, at best, come out here with a fighter's ring.
VaeluV going to turn in the homework, get the rainbow drop, and looks like 1 more level might be required for VaeluV to be able to make it through this Dragon Lord.
Yeah, it was pretty tight there. It was definitely pretty tight, but do remember, Archfield went in with level 14 MP, so he did not get that extra bump at 15. The big question for these other runners, are they going to remember they don't have return and do they have wings? It's been hard to keep up on Bob's inventory, but he is into the Dragon Lord 1 fight. Does try a stop spell, is going to, well, he's thought about it and does opt to just go ahead and start swinging. Has not seen the DL2 breath from it yet.
So I can give you confirmation, because I did see it. There is a set of wings in the pyramid.
Well, then there we go. Bob should hopefully have picked that up and if he recognized, and he is into the DL2 fight here. We'll see how it goes. He is a level below.
Unfortunately, did get back attacked, missed the stop spell, and VaeluV has gone back in to Cantlin.
And with that, Dean, we have today's race winner, Archfield Monk, joining us in the booth. We have Bob on the Dragon Lord right now, level 13. We got VaeluV getting ready to do a dive. But first, how did you feel about that one?
I felt pretty good about it. I think I kind of accomplished everything I wanted to in terms of game plan. There weren't that many good enemies in the seed, so taking the experience up front of those blue dragons was a pretty good idea, I think.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely agree, and I think Bort in the chat summed it up perfectly. Archfield finding the best thing to fight early, and then doing everything right afterwards was really the tail of the tape here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare that I actually feel good about how I played a race after it's over, win or lose. But I feel pretty good about that one. I felt like the exploration went pretty good. I found a lot of landmarks that I could kind of use to help guide me because Swamp Cave kind of dumped you right in the middle of the map. So I knew where I needed to look for stuff, and I think, got a little bit lucky there too, finding things, but honestly, like, most of the fighting I was doing during the seed was just poking stuff to see if I would need to swing through it in Charlock, and as it turned out, that was helpful because the Scorpions were a little bit of a nuisance, so kind of knowing what the Charlock set was like, how I could handle them going in. Yeah, I think everything just kind of went according to plan, which is not something anyone can say particularly often in DWR.
Agreed. And meanwhile, we see on BobPineapple's jittery screen, Dragon Lord 2 had heal. He did not have a stop spell down, and is down to his last heal more here. Will he be able to get back in? There's another heal proccing. He's got at least 2 swings left. Will he have enough to get through here? It breathes fire. Last swing. Thou art dead. Oh, well, Bob's got knowledge here. Meanwhile, VaeluV uses a ton of hurt mores walking through Charlock on Scorpions, which we know go down to 1 swing, which I guess he has not tested, is absolutely not going to have nearly enough MP here to make it through this battle, as we've estimated around 200 HP on the Dragon Lord, give or take.
Yeah, I did 221, so it was, and my last swing was a 13, so it was at least 205 in that neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah, buddy. So Bob has great knowledge now, knows exactly what needs to be done to get through this battle. Just has to get back in there. Meanwhile, VaeluV, again, failing some stop spells is super low on MP here, would be requiring a low HP Dragon Lord, which is not the case. Down on the bottom left, though, let's not forget Destiny just struggling to locate where the Staff of Rain Cave and Hawksness is located. And after a deep dive of Grave coming up nothing, he's got to be narrowed down at least, but is in position to try and snipe in if he is successfully able to locate those areas.
So, Archfield, quick question for you. Even though the enemy set was a bit annoying for you, when you saw the EXP payoff and then ended up hitting level 15, how large was your sigh of relief on that agility growth?
I mean, it's always nice. Getting hit for whatever, it's not going to make a huge difference at that point of the seed when I grabbed that last level, which wasn't on purpose. I was perfectly comfortable going on 14 or whatever, but like I said, the fighting I was doing was mostly to check for Charlock stuff and then to avoid being run blocked in Charlock. So I mean, it is a big deal though. I did swing on 49 one time. Probably not a great idea when you have 150 hit points, but that's kind of always my mindset. I'm not too worried about high DL2 melees, so I'm just gonna swing away most of the time. I think that was a bad swing though. It was like the one thing in the seed where I went, oh, that could have been very dumb, but yeah, the agility was terrible in this seed, and I was kind of thinking, man, I wish I had repel, but honestly, I don't know how much we would have been repelling, as bad as the agility was, and not getting armor until, last thing I checked, yeah, the agility was a problem throughout.
So with poor agility leading to lower defense than normal, did it ever come across your mind to maybe check for a larger silver shield at all? We ended up finding there was like a less than $200 silver shield running around.
No, I did have I bought a silver in someplace.
Well, see, then something doesn't add up, because silver would have put your defense over put you over being hit for that hard.
Maybe I didn't. I don't remember now.
I know it was a little confusing and trying to keep up, especially with Bob down there buffering constantly was humorous. And a 4-player race is always fun as well. But yeah, I saw you get hit for 51 at one point, which I think I agree with the tracking would have to put you on a small shield.
Yeah, that would have been a small then. For some reason, I thought, not sure what I bought then. Yeah, I have no idea. But no, I guess that's why I stopped checking. I thought I had, maybe I just bought another small shield. That would be pretty funny.
You know, small silver, they both begin with S. It's a little tricky. Meanwhile, Destiny finally finds the missing locations here. Is going to hopefully either have the werewolf run away or take it down. Bob's back for round 2. VaeluV's gearing up for round 2. And we'll see if Destiny can come in and snipe either of them. Bob having a little bit of a go of it here.
DL1. Oh, go ahead, Archfield.
I was just going to interject real quick. I actually really dislike random weapon prices, primarily for that reason, because I never actually look at the names of the stuff. I only look at prices because I just know what, how much stuff is. So that's what I look at. So that's probably what happened. Is I just I thought it was a silver shield and bought it, and I probably just bought another small shield to replace it, and so I stopped looking at shops at that point.
Interesting note here. Again, VaeluV not recognizing he can just swing away at the Scorpion is blowing through his MP, hurt more in him to get through, and might set him up for a very iffy situation if they keep coming along, which they are right now. Meanwhile, Bob down here doing his best to take this Dragon Lord on. It's kind of hard to keep up with him. We'll just see what happens.
We will have to see what happens as VaeluV is going towards the Wraith here on the Sharlock tile. Destiny.
Yeah, he's up 2 heal mores over last time, so hopefully he gets no more encounters and gets there with this MP.
Yeah, let's hope so, as Destiny did pick up the Staff of Rain as well as Erdrick's armor. Is looking much better, sitting at level 15. Everything's looking pretty good here for both Destiny and VaeluV.
Yeah, Destiny just no option to easily get back without that return spell being there, and I'm assuming he must not have a set of wings on him currently.
Bob's getting some really good damage out here on DL2. I've seen, I believe, a couple of 17s come out from Bob, fortunately.
Yeah, we're getting at the tail end here. He's going to get another double there. Last Teamor coming through right now is low, though.
The question is, will he be able to take it out with this low HP? Oh, gets hit exactly for 48.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. The odds of the 48 being lower than the 44 and 46, and gets perfect bid on that. We didn't see the heal proc at all either, so most likely looking at maybe a 25% heal, and he just never saw it this time when he needed it the most.
Question asking if VaeluV used stop spell. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he did, but I was, looking elsewhere as well at the start, but I think he went straight into it this time.
Still has 6 heal mores available.
But don't look now, Destiny level 15, heading up towards the Sharlock area right now. Most likely going to top off in Cantlin first, and is ready at level 15 to make his go round at the Dragon Lord.
Gonna make a quick stop into Cantlin first, though. VaeluV did throw out a stop spell and got it to connect. And there it is, DL2 down for VaeluV. Get your GGs out. as we will have VaeluV finishing up very shortly.
Yeah, just a very well overall battle there for him. Still had a heal more in the tank after all things said and done, which would pretty much align him with where Archfield was since he had that extra heal more going in.
And now Destiny entering Sharlock. Had a bit of a rough go with finding the Staff Cave as well as Hawks, but did manage to find them as Bob is attempting DL 1 and 2 again.
Yep, Destiny recognizing swinging through that Scorpion, no issue there at all. Bob in a good position, as long he does get the spell blocked, as long as rolls go his way, and that 18's looking pretty nice. We'll see what happens.
10 to 20 on the range now, which is always good to see. Guaranteed double digits.
And there's Destiny through the Wraith, and he is urban up, and here he goes. Let's see how it goes. He's got 15 heal mores in the tank.
Tried to throw out a stop spell on DL1, but instead throws out an attack.
Ooh, DL1, 75% DL2. Yeah, buddy.
Yikes. And on top of that, that attack power is rough.
I actually feel pretty fortunate now that I only got DL2 breath and didn't get hit, because he was doing way
I was
more
thinking the
damage
same
than I was.
thing.
I think all three of us were.
So Destiny does use a stop spell, is successful at landing on the Dragon Lord 2, and is into his battle in a really good position as well. So Bob, another poor heal more there, but gets a nice physical out of him, is still going to be in the safe zone.
And it's a race to see who takes down DL2 first, though. I think it's going to be Bob, considering the extra 1 on the damage range, as well as he was in here slightly earlier.
Yeah, he's about 5-6 attacks ahead of Destiny right now on this battle for Bob, his third go-round with the Dragon Lord. And let's see what happens. He's in a really good position. There we go. Extra heal more. Get some GGs out in chat for BobPineappleMD. Going to finish third place and take home 2 points.
GG's to Bob.
And with that, we are joined by VaeluV. GG's to you as well.
Thank you, thank you. It was an interesting seat. I felt like everything was all over the place. I think I walked across the map at least 3 times.
GG, Vale.
Thank you. Yeah, and good job there, Archfield.
And Lack Attack with a giant raid. Welcome, Lack Attackers. And we're at the tail end of a 4-player race here. We're watching Destiny most likely going to be successful here, especially now that he's into heal range on this Dragon Lord in some Week 2 group stage action in the 2024 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League. But yeah, VaeluV, I only had one question for you. Had you ever tried to swing at the Scorpion instead of hurt more it?
Sorry, had I tried what?
Swinging towards that Scorpion. Every time you went into Sharlock, you were hurt more into Dragon or the Scorpion, using up resources. At least from what we saw on our other runners, they went down easily to a single swing.
Oh, I had thought I saw them in the overworld somewhere, and swinging was a couple of swings to get it done, or perhaps it was because I was running and seeing that they were hitting me for like 49. So it just for whatever I had it in my mind that they were not a one shot and that they thwapped really hard.
Gotcha. No worries at all. No, I was just curious if you had some bad luck with them or something. But get some GGs out for Destiny. Had some really rough luck on exploration. Could not locate Hawksness or the Staff of Rain Cave, which led him to being the only runner on stream to dive grave in the hopes of finding armor there instead. But does finish very nice on his first attack there, or first battle with the Dragon Lord, and takes home the 4th place. So, any other thoughts on this one from your perspective, VaeluV? I think I I think I would agree with your assessment, at least in comparison to Archfield with your exploration. Things kind of went well for Archfield from exploration. You definitely had a go of it. I definitely saw you in repeated areas overall, but you did fairly well from an experience and keeping up on that perspective.
Yeah, I had a rough start at the very beginning. I actually ended up resetting because I was not able to kill anything in the beginning, and I was like, well, I don't have torch money anymore. Even with my hand axe, I wasn't able to do anything. So I felt kind of behind at that point. I really wanted to grind those blue dragons in front of Tantagel, but every time I tried to get it going, they would never turn up, and I was like, oh, I'm just sitting here again for minutes and minutes. So but like optimally, like if everything had gone the way I wanted it to, it would have been like blue dragons every step outside of Tantagel, and I wouldn't have left until I had repel. But it kept not feeling like that was going to happen, so I just kept going out and looking for other things to kill along the way, and maybe snag a blue dragon or two every time I came back home.
Nice. And we do have our other two runners, BobPineappleMD and Destiny of a Dragon Warrior, joining us. GG's to you both. We'll start with Bob, our third place finisher. How'd that one feel to you, Bob, besides that terrible finish?
I mean, at a certain point, you have to make peace with the fact that nothing is going to go your way in a tournament and just kind of sit back and enjoy the ride, I guess.
Yeah, you definitely had the worst Dragon Lord luck out of our runners. The first time around, you found out about the heal, came up just short. The second time, the Dragon Lord just refused to give you any heals to let you get through, and you were probably one swing away. Third time went very well, though.
I mean, yeah, the third time I get through, only to realize not only do I not have return, but I don't have wings as well. And, you know, at that point, I just had to... I took a lap around Sharlock, laughed about it before taking the walk of shame back, because I don't think anything at all has gone right in this tournament for me at this point. So, I mean, I kind of can't wait for week 3, because I will find a new and impressive way to do poorly there too, I'm sure.
I love it, Bob. I love it, buddy. Keep the heads up. Yeah. No one's topping me this tournament on messing up. So I already own the worst mistake of the tournament. No one's going to top it. But you know, I appreciate competition though.
I mean, to be fair, DK, I ended up pushing through week 1, keeping a cursed belt equipped because of a mismenu. So I think we've got quite a few good mistakes that have happened in this tournament that have ended up with some interesting races, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, Archfield last week, a couple cursed belt attempts there. I liked it.
Yeah, no, the 2 and 1 seed, same fight actually. So
You know, I said in the race room, I hope I'm not the bottom right again, because I need that curse as far away from me as possible. And lo and behold.
Well, Bob, you should watch this back because your stream wasn't participating very well, and it was definitely cursed the entire time, let alone the gameplay part of it.
Wonderful.
But anyway, Destiny, how are you feeling about this one? Overworld exploration was definitely your biggest hurdle there. Trying to locate Hawks' Staff of Rain Cave. How'd you feel about it overall, though?
Felt like I was missing some good enemies in the beginning, and from the talks I caught at the beginning coming in here about blue dragons, that does seem to be the case. I saw a couple of them, but didn't defeat any. And then, yeah, Map Monster holds a strong victory over me. I kind of explored the out of north swamp cave holding Gwaelin when the coordinates were up that way, and I should have just turned her in and gone back out that way. And then, of course, missing the path over to Hawksness and Harp Trade-In Cave was very disappointing when I made the long walk all the way back home for no reason. And I had seen Hawksness across the water in the beginning. I just could not figure out how to get over there.
Gotcha. And yeah, I saw your stats there. 3 blue dragon encounters, 0 kills. The blue dragon gave 336 experience and definitely propelled some of the runners out early. Though I will say I did like your grind on the ghost. It was a little scary, but 1 hurt more took it down for over 100 experience, and that let you get going through pretty quickly there.
Yeah, once I figured that out, that was nice to get a comfort level there, because I did feel like I was going to be behind on experience, but then I also, at the same time, checked my stats, and I just stayed there for 1 MP cycle and realized stats were pretty close to go, and I'd probably get there by the time I'd be walking around and fighting stuff anyway, so I felt like that was a good balance of taking advantage of what I found there, especially without having seen anything else good in the overworld, without overstaying my welcome and over leveling.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, you had a good go of it there. Ended up taking down the Dragon Lord, no issue there at the end, and you know it's still fourth place, but you know you finished strong once you were able to get wrapped up. So
Thanks, DK. I appreciate it. Looking forward to weeks 3, week 4, and week 5.
absolutely, and we do have week 3 coming up, starting sometime tomorrow or Monday, whenever people start scheduling races. But before that, we do have one final race of week 2 tonight, featuring both of your commentators, along with Diabetes the Second and Kigalist. That's tonight at 9:30 Eastern. We'll see about restreaming and all that jazz. And then since week 3 is a position round, runners with similar points after weeks 1 and 2 will be faced up. So we're going to see a ridiculous potential week 1 group 1 stage with winners of both week 1 and 2 matchups coming. But everybody else gets some people of possible equal caliber to maybe help out and get you back into that playoff line.
Wait, DK, you mean we're going to have to switch roles and actually become the ones running the seed? Oh, no.
Exactly, they're flipping the script on us. We had Diabetes the Third as. I'll leave it at that. That's an all-time classic call though. But anyway, do the runners have any final thoughts on today's race or anything you're looking forward to as we move into week 3 for you guys next week?
Just good job, everybody. Thanks for getting it put together for the restream, and yeah, lots of fun. See you next week.
Yeah, GG's everyone, and listen, I'm just happy to be here at the end of the day.
You know, me too, ultimately. This has been a lot of fun so far. Looking forward to week 3. Just want to thank everybody on the broadcast today. I always appreciate your assistance.
Same. GG to my other racers, especially Archfield looks like with a dominating time and dominating win here. Very well done. And thank you very much to the volunteers today, and looking forward to the rest of the races today.
Very nice. And if 9:30 p.m. Eastern seems way too far away, there will not be a restream. But if you want to see some hot Radish percent action, there will be a race at 3:30 p.m. Eastern between myself and Mand. Sure to have lots of memes and all the fun of the Radish percent Cup happening as well. So just as a heads up. But for our restreamers, CyberDark86, our trackers, Beta, we'll stop there. And Aaron to you too. And co-commentator Sonny Roth 11 on DK9146. Everybody, we're sending over to RG doing some week 3 practice. Give him some love. See how his week 3 practice is going. And we'll see you tonight.